free with that. I fundamentally believe that the bed is Switzerland. Don't take your crap from the kitchen into the bed. Make a point of having neutral ground where we are just able to just be together without the laundry list of all of our imperfections. Now, this is not to replace having to communicate about those issues. Because, of course, it could be used in the wrong kinds of ways where we're now using sex to replace our conversation. That is not what I mean, because that's not healthy either. But what I mean is, don't let the little stuff get in between the important stuff, and that's us getting into each other. The other thing that I would say is, consider the environment that you're creating. You heard me talk about the wet grass versus the dry grass. And I said, what is always good? What's always good? Wet. Everything should be wet when we're married, okay? Everything. It's important that you have environments. You're creating the environments where your spouse wants to give it to you. You cannot be nasty to your spouse and then be surprised that they don't want to give it to you. You've got to create the atmosphere in which we want to be vulnerable with one another. So you should not be withholding. I fundamentally believe withholding is a demonic force. It is from the pit of hell. You should not withhold. Do understand something about men. They are addition creatures. You want to motivate something? Don't try to motivate it by subtraction. Because when you try to do subtraction, what you're actually trying to do is to relocate him. That's relocation. Subtraction for men means that I need to go find food at another house where someone will feed me. Addition is how men operate. I did something good, I got a reward. I'll do that again. I'll do that again. Addition. You want to motivate your man, think addition. Do not think subtraction. Relocation is what subtraction will get you. Addition will get you motivation. And we women, we're not that different. We just might not need it necessarily physically from you all the time. But we want your emotional intimacy. We want your affection. We want your craving. We all want something. But make sure you do the right math. Because you can't get 1 + 1 = 11. That is not how that works.
Before you sit down, speak to, you said something very important in the middle. You talked about creating an atmosphere that is conducive for that. Give us 2 or 3 points that are good on both sides to help create that atmosphere so that everyone is desirous there.
Remember I talked about the mirror? That what we all look for is the reflection of our best self in our partner. That's what we're all seeking. We're all walking around looking for mirrors. We do it even in friendships. I am looking for the place where when I stand before you, I see my best me reflected back at me. And when I see that, this is the place I want to gravitate to. Because in this relationship, I look like the 10 I want to be. But if in this relationship, I want to see myself as a 10, but I keep seeing a 5 reflected back at me, I don't want to spend time in that place. I want to spend time in this place. We have to mutually be for one another the mirrors that create the best self reflected back at that person. Those environments naturally breed lots of intimacy and affection because we'll do whatever it takes to continue to maintain that drug. This is like a drug. Affection is a drug for people. You want to create that drug, feed the addiction because it's human. It is completely and totally human. It's the same reason kids get into gangs. I will go whatever place that I am the me I want to be. And if strong and powerful and having voice is out there, that's where I will go. The same thing is true inside of relationships. We've got to be mirrors. If we just use that, reflecting back the best self to each of our partners, you will find, be it your partners or your kids, you will find that that is the environment that will have the greatest influence on each of them.
Wonderful. Great stuff.